straw at my hometown bar. From a straw.
Oh yeah, Budweiser from a straw. How are you guys this evening? Welcome to my stream. Hope everybody had a happy new year as well. Done some other streams, but in case I didn't say happy new year, I'm saying it one last time to those that just joined my stream. Happy New Year. So today we're going to be talking or flying VFR over from KJYO over to Frederick, Maryland. It's a very short trip, but it's like a little scenic VFR flight where we're going to curve the Potomac River. So let's get started. Let me go here. And let's drop into pilot mode. All right. There we go. Let's turn on the beacon. And then we're going to turn on the battery and alternator in the battery. And bus 1, bus 2. Let's start this. Actually, let me pull this out real quick. Let's make sure we have enough fuel. If not, we'll go ahead and give ourselves some. Now we need a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to load aircraft, load immediately. And let's go and get the sim brief. And we got to kind of do this quickly so our battery doesn't drain. So sim brief, let's do a view. And we should be loaded up here because I pre-file onto SimBrief. So via the web down to InSim via the tablet, SimBrief app. So this is KJYO over to Frederick KFDK. And here are my routes. I kind of have it set up so we're going to kind of curve and look. We'll fly toward the river and then a little bit out and then back into the river and then back up into Frederick. So let's go ahead and import that route, and it should import nicely. There we go. And I want to start this plane, so we're going to put the mixture in, the beacon's on, come down here, and put both tanks on. Clear prop, and I should be able to turn that magneto switch. And there we go. Should be good there. And let me talk to my ground. So ground should be on 120.5 using the same tensions. So we're going to take off at 1,500 feet. We got to stay under VFR because we're in strict territory. And once we take off, we'll contact departure, ask for, we'll just stay under 1,500. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ask for the VFR or the Bravo clearance just to see if they give it to me. If I'm great. If not, if they don't give it to us, then what we'll do is we'll just stay under the Bravo. So let's go ahead and set the altitude to, if that works, let's see. Uh-oh. I need to Real quick, I need to switch something real quick. I need to go to my Stream Deck. And let me load in my other profile. I was playing around with something, so now we should be good. All right, we'll just dial this up to 1500. Okay. Something's going on with the altitude. It's not reflecting the changes. I don't know why, but we'll work on that later. FLC, let's change that to 7400. Okay, nothing is clicking here. Ground. Good evening, November Charlie Julia 472 would like taxi clearance out to runway 35.
Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu, Leesburg ground, runway 35 not available. Expect runway 17, taxi via Alpha 4, Alpha 1.
Runway, okay, we'll do runway 17 and we'll taxi to that via Alpha 4, Alpha 1, November Charlie Juliet 472. All right. So they're throwing us a curveball, but that's okay. So let's go. Let's make sure my taxi lights are on. Let's just pull this off. And there we go. Okay. My flap should be good. Park and brake off. Wow, I'm getting no feedback on my Stream Deck. I can input, but the variables aren't reflecting, so I gotta have to be careful. Let's turn that off. All right. We'll make this work. I don't know what happened to the Stream Deck. Okay. Sure we got the right view.
Attention passengers, we have a new subscriber joining our journey.
Oh.
Thank you for climbing aboard.
Thank you so much for that sub. Greatly appreciate it. All right, let me slow this thing down. Like I said, I'm having trouble today with the Stream Deck Plus. I was playing around with it last night, and for some reason, the pilot's deck profile isn't showing me correctly all the variables. It might just be as simple as I just have to reboot. But that's the first time that that did it. Most of the time, that plugin actually works really well between the Stream Deck Plus and the sim itself. So I filed, SimBrief actually gave me runway 35, but Say Intentions decided to throw me a curveball and give me runway 17, but that's okay. Let's see if I set my flaps. You see, nothing, there's no feedback on my Stream Deck, but I've enabled it. We'll just have to do it manually, make sure everything's good. And this is a short flight. This is only like 25 nautical miles, so we should be good. And we should turn on the pitot heat. I'm still playing around with the chase plane views, so my views are a little squirrely. I'm getting better though. I'm getting there. So we'll come up here, hold short runway 17, we'll contact tower, and we should be on our way. There we go. Hold short, and let's do this manually. 127.5 so you guys can see. Using the Say Intentions app, I usually just tap on the button, but for real immersion, we can actually just do it manually. And every now and then it's good to do things manually because, you know, and not rely on these extra things. The only reason I rely on the extra things like the Stream Deck and all that is just because I'm streaming and it just makes it a little bit easier. That's okay. 27.5 is what we want. All right, 27.5 on the backup, and we're gonna hit that live. Here we go. Good evening, Tower, Leesburg Tower, November Charlie, July 472, holding short runway 17, ready to depart.
Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu, Leesburg Tower, runway 17, winds 180 at 7, cleared for takeoff.
Winds are 180 at 7, clear for takeoff, November Charlie, Juliet 472. Here we go. Ooh, I gotta dial that. I gotta dial the chase plane down. There we go. We'll do our turn and then we will. We'll start to turn. Good afternoon, departure November Charlie Juliet 472, Cessna 172 with a G1000. Requesting clearance to the Bravo over to Frederick.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, unable. You are inside a TFR. Exit immediately.
November Charlie Juliet 472, Cessna G1000, Cessna 172 G1000. We're gonna VFR over to Frederick. We'll stay at 1500.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, squawk 7541 and ident.
Stand by while I change that squawk code.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, can you repeat that?
751 751. What happened here?
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, radar contact. 2 northeast of Leesburg at 1700 feet. Leesburg altimeter 29901. Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, you have not been cleared into the Bravo airspace. Exit the Bravo immediately. Once clear, advise when ready to copy phone number for possible pilot deviation.
Saying tensions doesn't honor VFR, so that's what we're dealing with right now. So I'm trying to give you a view of the river. So let's see if I can go on the outside. There we go.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Zulu, you're leaving the Bravo airspace. Remain outside the Bravo. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved. So long.
Squawk and VFR, November Charlie, July 472. Have a good day. Let's set up our procedure real quick. And we're doing runway 23. We need 1200. All right, guys. See if I can give you guys another view of the river. Whoops. What is that? Man, chase plane is kind of buggy right now, to be honest. It's not as smooth as they make it sound when chase plane got released. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There is issues, but we'll make it work. Let me check my where I'm supposed to be. Let's see where I go. Going. We need elevation. So 303. Okay. So we can bring down the. There we go. Actually, I want to bring this back up to 1,000. I've got some different controls, so I'm trying to get everything squared up. Still having some issues trying to set everything up. CTF is on 122, so we'll go up to CTF now. One, 2.5. Come on. There we go. So we got 17 nautical miles to go. Let's see if this works. So in chase plane, you can do different views. So let's do a flyby real quick, if that's gonna work. Nope. There we go. There's my flyby. And let's see if I look left. Okay, that works. Let's see, let's look right. Back seat left. Back seat right. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now, hopefully I can give you a little bit of a tour of the Potomac River there. The thing with chase plane, when you set up your views, you got to put hotkeys, and I got to make sure that they don't interfere with the Sims hotkeys. But yeah, so there's the Potomac River. Keep you up there. And let's jump back in front. So I think that's just P. Nope. Oh, because my keyboard. There we go. I have my I'm using one keyboard and one mouse, and I'm waiting for this dongle to show up so that I can have instant input. Right now there's a delay with the Bluetooth. It works, but I'm gonna use a dongle to connect my one keyboard and mouse between the two computers. So where are we at? Okay, so we got 11 nautical miles to go. So it's not too bad. Turn off my taxi lights, beacon's on, strobe's on, nav's on. And you guys can see it, a little bit more of the Potomac River up here. And as you guys know, in the Washington, D.C. area, you have to stay fairly low if you're doing VFR, because you don't want to get up into the Bravo. Let's see if I can come out. There we go. Another cool thing about the chase plane, let's see if it works. There's supposed to be some binoculars. Let's see. Let me lift myself up in the chair a little bit and see if the binoculars work today. Yeah, there we go. The other day it wasn't working. So you guys can kind of see that. I believe this is Pointer Rocks. Well, no, actually, I take that back. No, that's not Pointer Rocks. But yeah, the binocular view is part of the chase plane application. It's going to be nice when we do some tour guides, when I start returning back to my tours. That's going to come in handy. Also for doing SkyOp runs missions where you have to locate something, I think those binoculars will come in handy.
Attention viewers, this is your captain speaking. If you're enjoying the flight, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for flying with us today.
Again, I'm trying to get used to the chase plane. Also using DLS 4.5, and now I don't have that ghost in, so that is pretty good. You guys stick around, and we got about four nautical miles to go before I touch down. Told you guys this is a pretty quick flight. Again, you guys, thank you so much today for the likes and subs. Greatly appreciate it. You guys are helping me grow my channel, which keeps me motivated to keep making content and live videos and things like that. There we go. All right, let me start to set up here. We should be coming down. Slow the plane down a little bit. Yeah, we want to start slowing down so we can bring our flaps. Here we go. I had everything nicely done on the Stream Deck Plus to help me control, but unfortunately the feedback's not coming back. I can input things to it, to the sim, but I can't see the variables. Oh, there we are. There we go. All right, let's line up here. I'm gonna take it off autopilot. I want to fly it. Here. Wait a second. We're coming in way too fast. There we go. Slow it down, baby. I have a new controller, so I'm trying to get used to that too. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm coming in way too fast. This is not good. Let's see. Ooh. Wave Studios, welcome. Thank you. Yes, I love my Cessna, and I recently got the honeycomb yoke. Oh my God. So nice. All right, so Frederick, let's see if they have a tower. We're gonna, let me just go over here real quick. Makes a difference. You have more control over it. Let's see. Okay, let me do this real quick. All right, let's tune in this radio. My comms are kind of messed up right now with saying tension, so I have to do it manually. Let's tune into ground, which is 127 point. So we can ask for taxi clearance to park in. I had all this set up the other day. I mean, for a while, and I was playing around, and something kind of went south here on me. 425. Let's see if we can go. Frederick Ground, good afternoon. November Charlie, July 472 would like taxi clearance to the nearest parking.
Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu, Frederick Ground, taxi to Park Stand 17 via Alpha 3 Alpha Charlie Hotel. Good day.
Taxi to Parking Stand 3 via Alpha Charlie Hotel, November Charlie, July 472. All right. So I'm gonna fix my Stream Deck because that's kind of annoying me. And I got one keyboard for the streaming computer. The same keyboard is controlling the sim. But what's happening is the Bluetooth, there's a little bit of a delay. So I'm having a little bit of a hard time. But tomorrow I get this dongle, the Logic dongle, and that will make it instant for me. So we won't have that problem. I believe that's where he's at. I see him there. Look real quick. Sure, I cleared. The sound you hear from the Cessna is the Echo 19 sound pack, which I love. And you combine that with the chase plane, which is now giving me the pilot's physics, so that's why you're seeing it bounce like that. I think I got it a little bit too much, though. I've got to adjust it. So we're just going to park right up here and call it a day. All right, folks, here we go. Let me set my parking brake, which should be here. Make sure. All right, we're gonna pull this out. Store my fuel tank to the left. Turn the magneto switch. And I love on the Alpha yoke that you have some switches. You have the magneto, you have the light switches, and the master and avionics 4 switches, which helps pretty quickly, especially when you're trying to stream. All right, so we got that. So I'm going to turn off all the lights. Pitot heat. Okay, we're going to kill the bus 1 or the bus 2 of the avionics, bus 2 or bus 1. Master, battery, alternator, off. All right, folks, greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by, the likes and the subs, and I will catch you next stream. See ya. Have a good evening.